Hey bars, if you read the title of this video, you already know this is part 2 of how I found out I was pregnant. In this story time, I will be telling you how I told my parents and how they reacted and all that good stuff. But before I get into that, my name is Rakira. If you didn't know, now you do. If you haven't already, you need to watch part 1 of how I found out I was pregnant, because you're going to be lost if you just watch this video first. So if you want to watch that, the link down below in the description. So getting into this story time, after I found out I was pregnant, I waited some weeks because I didn't know how to tell my parents. I didn't even tell my parents first. I told my grandma, and I told my grandma first because me and her, we tighter than a knot in a shoestring, like that you cannot get out. That lady raised me, and I'm calling her grandma for the purpose of this video so y'all won't get her confused with my mom, but I call her mom and mom. I told her first. So she basically asked me if I was ready for a baby, if I thought it was the right time, you know. And she was just telling me that, like, once I do have a baby, I can't go back. So she was really just asking me if I was sure that I wanted to keep the baby. And she was like, no matter what decision I had made, she was going to stick with me and help me throughout the whole thing. So I, as you already know, kept my baby. And she was like, okay, well, you need to go ahead and tell your mom.
Why? 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 Why?
So one day I get out of school and I'm just like in a lot of pain. My back hurting, my stomach hurting. I'm throwing up, taking away my breath, my energy. So I'm just like, I'm fed up at this point. I need to go to the hospital because girl, this is not what it is. It's not what it is. So I'm just in the house thinking how I'm gonna tell my mom, how she gonna react.
Oh my.
You know, how the whole situation gonna plan out before I tell her. So first I was thinking, like, should I wait till she get home? Should I call her or should I text her? And I'm like, if I call her and I wait for her to get home, it's just gonna be worse because she's gonna be yelling in my face. And I ain't got time for that because I'm a sensitive person. So I texted her while she was at work, and I was just like, I don't know how to tell you this, but you know, I'm pregnant. I took a pregnancy test, and when I'm telling y'all, she did not text me back. Like, she did not text me back, and I'm thinking, like, I know you see me texting your phone. If I'd have texted you something else, you would have responded like that. I'm like, why is she not responding to my text? Like, something wrong. So y'all, I have somebody that wants to say hey.
Hey.
Say hey. Okay, go play. So after I text her, I'm just sitting in the house waiting. And like, she never texts me back. So hours fly by.
Later.
And she just got off work. So when she gets off of work, I hear her coming through the door because my mom, she has like 1,001 bracelets on her arm, and they all just be jingle. She's like some jingle bells. Like, she comes in the house and goes in her room, and I'm in my room at this point. I'm like, dang, she in the house. She finna come talk to me, you know. So she comes in the house and put her purse down, and I'm just thinking, like, I'm in trouble. I already know it's finna go down because she didn't text me back. And when she came in the house, she didn't even say nothing. She just went right in her room. I already know something finna go down. So I'm sitting in my room thinking, like,
It's about to go down.
So 2 to 3 minutes fly by. My dad comes in the house. I hear him, and I know it's him only because he cursing, saying, oh, I'ma F her up. Oh, she ain't doing this, she ain't doing that. I'ma beat the out of her, all this type of stuff. So I'm like, nobody got time for this. Because I told my mama. I didn't tell my daddy. Like, still to this day, I don't even know why she told him, because me and my daddy don't even bubble like that. We not even cool.
You're not my dad! You also want to hear something! Ugly ass fucking...
I'm sitting in my room like, oh Lord, this nigga finna come in here doing the most. I already know he finna be on the bull job, so it's finna finna be World War One all over again because baby girl, I don't care who you is, you ain't putting your hands on me, and that's just on period. So he comes back there and he yelling all in my face, and I'm like,
Wait a minute. Who are you?
so you pregnant and you think you finna keep this baby? And I just say, I'm already pregnant and I'm going to keep my baby. I'm not finna abort my baby. And without me even saying the whole full sentence, his grabs me by my throat and throws me on the bed. So at this point, we're on the bed. He's on top of me. I'm kicking, I'm boxing. You already know I told you I have a bump at this. Like, I have a small bump. So I'm like, this nigga really just choked me and threw me on the bed. So we on the bed fighting. At that point, I'm mad, I'm livid, because first of all, I got a whole bump and you on me, hitting me like I'm some that you met in the street. I'm mad at this point, like furious. So I kicked him off of me and we ended up falling on the floor, and he had my hair in one of his hands. So we ended up falling on the floor together. I'm just boxing, kicking him in his nuts, all type of stuff, trying to get him off of me. So I guess my mom heard us fighting in the back, so she runs back there and she like, stop, Richard, stop. Stop, Richard, stop hitting her. And he like, no, because she thinks she grown, so I'm going to show her this and this. My mom comes in and gets him off of me, and I'm on 100 at this point. I'm on 100, so I'm like, baby boy, you got me up. So I go over to my dresser where I had my taser at, and I take out my taser from my dresser, and I turn it on. And I'm sitting in the corner like, touch me again. I wish you would try to put your hands on me again, and I'ma light your and period. And he like, oh, you think a taser supposed to do something to me? You think you bad because you got a taser? You gonna tase me? You gonna tase me? And I'm like,
Yeah, I'm a bad bitch. You can't kill me.
run up again, and you gonna get tased. Cause like at this point, he's mad. He doing all like, my dad not even that big, y'all, but he doing all like this with his chest all puffed out, his memo going mad or whatever. And he like, oh, you gonna tase me? And he just like coming up closer and closer, and I'm like, play with me. I like I cut the button on. You know how you touch the little taser and you do a little sharp zzz. And I'm just like, Mama, why did you even call him? She like, so I had to let him know. I thought he was just gonna talk to you and this and that. I'm like, you already know he wasn't just gonna talk to him. You already know how his anger is. So like, why call him when I'm telling you? I didn't tell him. After he leaves, my mom goes in her room and she's like super stressed or whatever at this point. And I don't even think we talked again after that night. But the next day comes and she tells my sister that I'm pregnant, and she asked my sister to take me to the hospital so you know I can find out how far along I am and all that type of stuff. So the next day I didn't go to school. I had went to the hospital. My sister took me to the hospital and I found out that I'm more far along than I thought. So like before I thought I was pregnant, like for real. Like I was pregnant like a whole month before I even knew I was pregnant. So my mom was like, you been pregnant this long, you ain't even know? No, I took a test after I thought I knew. Like I never been pregnant before, so I ain't never know what symptoms to look for. So found out how far along I am, and my mom starts talking to me about abortion and giving it away and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm not giving my baby away. What I gotta give my baby away for? I could take care of my baby. And she like, I don't think you want to do this. Like you too young. You know, you still in school. And I'm like, okay. It's not like I can't make it work. So at this point, my mama not trying to hear none of that. She just trying to get me to give away my baby. And I'm just like, no. After that day, she talks to me about going to the abortion clinic and, you know, getting rid of my baby. And I'm like, no. Like, I already don't want to do it, but she not even trying to hear none of that. She just saying, oh, you're not finna have that baby, and that's that. You're not finna have it. You're not finna be in my house with that baby. I just want to let y'all know I'm not trying to paint anybody out to be a bad person in this story time. I'm just telling my story of you know, how it all went down. I'm trying not to sugarcoat a lot of stuff, but it was a lot of stuff said in general, not just from my mom, but from other people too. After having my baby, I had to learn that everybody will have an input or something to say about your life, but your life is what you make it. Everybody can sit and talk about you. That doesn't mean that everything they say is true. I had to learn to not let everything everybody say affect me and like just go out and react to it, because at first when people used to just be saying stuff to me and like I didn't like it, I would automatically just want to fight.
What did you say, dude? What the fuck, dude? Step the fuck!
But I had to grow and understand, like, I have a baby now, so I can't just be jumping to every situation that I don't like. Alright, Barb, so that's how that went. If you would like to watch a story time about my laboring process and how that all went, just stay tuned. If you like this video, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, and click that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I post a new video. So go ahead and do that so you can be a part of the Barb's family, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.